Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome to episode 6 of the European Journeyman. And today we've got loads more games to get through, and we're getting towards the end of the season now, so do comment below of what club you'd like me to go to next, and if I can get the job there, then we'll definitely give it a go. But if you guys do enjoy this Journeyman series, please do leave a like on the video, and please do subscribe to the channel. It does mean a lot and helps the videos get found. But let's get into the first game, which isn't going to be the most action-packed game, but still a game that we had to play. So, the first game we're going to play in this episode isn't actually going to have any highlights because there wasn't a single goal, unfortunately, and that is going to be what is going to be a 0-0 draw against Stoke City, a team which we've struggled against pretty much every single time we've played them, if I'm not wrong in saying that, and it's because they play such a negative formation. 5 at the back. Obviously, they've got the holder midfielder here, 2 in midfield, and only the 2 up top, so very hard to break down. But that being said, we didn't exactly dominate either. It was quite an equal game, so not too annoyed about that. And I think the best thing we can do is get into the next one and hopefully see if we can score some goals. And that is what we've done in what is going to be a 4-0 win against Charlton Athletic at home. And this was a good comeback. So obviously, although we didn't lose the last game, we did want to go ahead and get 3 points in the next game. And obviously, we've done that here by an absolute thumping. A good set piece there. Mawson obviously finishing it off. It's going to be Norton here into Downs, into Nitcham, a ball through into Perot. Probably definitely our best player this season. A fantastic finish into the far left corner. And that is a player who I'm honestly considering, if we do decide to stay at this club, I'm obviously going to extend his contract. If we do decide to move on, which I'm not sure if I want to, I definitely will honestly consider picking this guy up, depending on what club we go to. This is going to be the third goal coming in then with Garrick down the side, Grimes with a ball in, into Obafemi, who hits it first time on the volley. Again, a fantastic shot from him. Grimes with the ball in, again, a fantastic finish from him. That being 4 goals, pretty much a flawless performance as well. They had hardly anything on goal, only 1 shot on target for them. 7 shots, but 6 of them being not too dangerous at all. Dominating the ball as well in possession, and pretty much everyone having a very good game. Patterson having quite a quiet one. Apart from that, Grimes having a great performance in the centre of the park as well. We look at them and it is quite negative again. A lot of teams in this division do play that 5 at the back system, so they don't really get a chance to get into the game at all. But let's get into the next one and hopefully carry on, hopefully with another win. And that is what we've done. This was a bit of a closer game, but we actually did manage to beat Cardiff away from home in what is going to be a 2-1 victory. We take the lead here. It's a bit quick, but I'm going to slow that down. That is rapid. We've got Serena here down the right-hand side with the ball. Puts the ball across into Perot. Again, this guy can do it all. He can finish with his feet, can finish by head on the ball. It's a bit of everything. He's pretty much the perfect striker. Has been for us anyway this season. They then go ahead and look. Oh, I thought they were going to counter us there. We go ahead and score a second. So we were comfortable at this point. A rocket of a finish from Obafemi into the top right corner. And I thought this is where the game was pretty much going to possibly be a bit of a swing game where you get 3 to 4 goals again. But we didn't score again. And the next goal actually does come from them in what is the 88th minute. It's going to be Waters down the left-hand side. Beautiful bit of skill there. Very weird goal from us there. Poor defensively. It's going to be Darfalu there who gets the goal. And we've seen games like this go against us in the past where we concede late on and we just completely bottle it towards the end. Luckily this time we didn't, and we come away with a victory in what was a game where, to be honest, we did dominate in terms of possession, in terms of shots, but it wasn't to the point where, in terms of goals, it was relatively close. So a game which we did deserve to win, but definitely got to get a little bit more confident when it comes to dominating the team, and we've got to make sure that we do, when we are dominating, take advantage of it and probably score at least 3, because we are still quite vulnerable at the back. Then back that performance up with a 1-0 win against QPR, who did actually go down to 10 men right towards the end of the game. But this is going to be the only goal of the game, so there's not going to be loads to talk about. Again, it's going to be a set piece, which the goalkeeper didn't deal with very well at all. And it was a game which we deserve to win again. One thing I will say about this is, whenever we do win these games that are close, you can't argue that we deserve to win them. Just one of the big issues we have as a team is that we dominate the game very well. We have the shots on target, but we just can't put the ball in the back of the net. As you can see here, I mean, it's quite quiet in terms of ratings. No real outstanding ratings apart from Cabango, who obviously is the person that got the goal. And it's just a little bit frustrating to see when you dominate the game so well and your attacking players can't actually contribute with a goal or an assist, really. Who did get the assist on that one? I'm not sure who did get the assist, but it is something we've got to sort. And it's not as if we're lacking quality, because Perot and Obafemi are actually putting up really good numbers in terms of goals and assists. So, I mean, I don't know why it is that we suddenly switch off, but hopefully we can go into the next game and score a little bit more, because we are getting to a point in the season now where goal difference is going to play quite a big part in where we finish. And unfortunately, after me just saying that, there's not going to be no highlights in this game, because it's going to be a 0-0 draw against 0-0 draw against Brentford. Now, overall, it's not a horrific result. It's not too bad, but it's the fact that we're still not scoring as many goals as what I want to be seeing. Again, it's a game which I'm not going to say we deserve to win, because they had more of the ball. We had better XG, but at the end of the day, this game could have went either way. So looking at this purely, looking at the stats, I will take a draw. Obviously, Brentford are a great side, doing decent this season as well. So I'm not going to sit here and act too annoyed about that game. But it's just, if this was against a smaller side and, you know, we were dominating and we didn't score, that's when I'll start to get annoyed. But to be honest, against Brentford, it's not a horrific result, but hopefully we can do what we done in the start of this episode. We drew the first game, then we bounced back and won. Hopefully we can do that again going into our next game. Well, unfortunately we don't. It's actually going to be a 2-2 draw. So, I mean, to be honest, the game was pretty action-packed. There's definitely goals going in now, but it's annoying that we've drawn 2 games back-to-back. But you look at the teams, Brentford and Fulham, probably 2 of the hardest teams we can play inside of this division. So not too annoyed, but I forgot how these goals went in. So I'm just hoping that we didn't go 2-0 up here. So let's have a little look. We're gonna be the ones that break the deadlock first. It's going to be Norton down the right-hand side. A ball in, Perot misses, Patterson gets the rebound. As we go 2-0 up, we did. Now, this is where it gets painful. Let's watch the goals then. So it's going to be Nitchin with the ball out here. A beautiful turn and one hell of a finish. That's almost like Kevin De Bruyne-esque, that is. This is now where it does get annoying, because 41st minute is when we scored. The 81st minute looks like they obviously are going to bounce back. Reed with a ball into Cabano there. Beautiful play into Solomon. Near post, keeper has to do better. A couple of times this season, the keeper's really let us down. But again, this isn't all on the keeper now, because at this point here, I would have made defensive changes. And clearly, it's not worked. We're now getting to the 87th minute. Basically 3 or 4 minutes away from the game finishing. And we just bottle it. We really do. A long throw in. A poor clearance out to Reed. Not enough pressure on the box here. I don't know what this guy's doing. This guy's switched off. He's looking over here, looking for when he can go home. And it's an easy pass through here. You're going to see where it goes to. It's going to go into an injured Cabano, who is going to finish it off in what is a very easy goal. And it's a game which, again, stats-wise could have went either way. We dominated the ball, but when you're giving away sloppy goals like that, possession means absolutely nothing, because you don't deserve to win a game when you're defending like that towards the end. At the end of the day, it's 4 minutes until that full-time whistle goes. We had 2 players not even looking where the ball was, so you can't expect to win games when you're defending like that. It's shocking and something we've got to improve on. After that game, I had a word with the lads, told them there would be punishments if we, put another performance on like that. Extra training sessions, extra running, and they responded in what was a 5-0 win against Millwall, a team which we should be beating, and obviously we did. But again, any game is tough, so it is always good to see us give a thumping out like this. There's going to be Patterson, bit of trickery there actually. Ogbeta with a ball across. Obafemi is so good at that. When the ball goes into the box, I say it time and time again, when we are so good at scoring goals, when we run down the line, fizz a ball across, it's always that player at the back stick that gets the rebound, not the rebound, the tap in. And that is going to be Obafemi in this case, putting us 1-0 up. We then go 2-0 up with Grimes, a ball in, a little set piece, Cabango, who has been so lethal. Him and Mawson have probably got 10 or so goals between them, which is quite good considering this isn't really a tactic beat or sort of designed to beat and, get aggressive and win set pieces and stuff like that. It's more of a possession-based tactic that we're playing. It's going to be Perot here with the ball. Cuts it back by the looks of it. He does into Patterson, into Nitchin. And again, it's going to be Ogbeta with an absolute hell of a finish into the corner. And do you know what? At this point of the game, I would have taken a 3-0, but the lads didn't stop firing. We win a penalty. This is all in the first half, by the way. It's going to be 4-0 inside of 33 minutes or 34 minutes. Grimes puts the penalty in, and this goal comes in the 75th. So this is what I want to see. Even when we are 4-0 up, not letting them have any opportunity to get back into the game. And that is what we did. We held on quite well, and we got a goal from it again. It's going to be Whittaker, a little bit lucky there with a deflection. Grimes with the ball, and an absolute rocket into the top right corner. And this was a game which we definitely deserved to win. They did have some shots on target, I'm going to be honest, but we obviously defended it quite well. Grimes dropping one hell of a performance there. Honestly, this guy, 9.9 match rating. The only player who had quite a quiet game, actually, was going to be Perot. and also our right back. But to be honest, from them again, very negative. A lot of teams do rock the 5 at the back in this division, purely because a lot of teams are scared to go out and try and attack the game. They'd rather counter-attack and try and, you know, just win a 1 or 2-0 sort of way. But this game, a much-needed win and a deserved win. We then take on, in my opinion, what is probably the closest rivalry, but closest game we have in terms of teams in this division, purely because they are a great side. And that is going to be Watford in what was a 3-2 win. So let's see how this game went in terms of goals. Looks like we're going to go 1-0 up here. It's going to be Grimes playing a wonder ball over, cuts it back, and it's going to be, what a pass that was from Perot. That's like an outside of the flick of the boot, and it's going to be Obafemi putting us 1-0 up in what was inside of 2 minutes, so a very positive start. Looks like they are going to bounce back here, or do they lose possession? They do. Again, he's great from set pieces, but defensively, there are question marks over him sometimes, and it's shocking defending. One ball over the top. It's going to be an easy goal for Larin to equalise in the 36th minute, and that is purely down to defending. There's no way a goalkeeper should be able to pluck a ball over the top. Mawson was literally about this far away. There was no pressure on him. Absolutely shocking. We do respond, though, quite quickly as well here. It's going to be Basufa with a beautiful ball into the box, into Obafemi, and this guy is doing it all at the moment. He's getting goals with his feet, goals with his head, really putting on a display, and fair play to him. We then go again, and we do score. It's going to be Nitchin with the ball here. Beautiful run from Obafemi, and that is going to be, if I'm correct, it's going to be completing his hat-trick. So, again, we're going to see what nearly could have done, or nearly could have been one of them bottles again, which we are so famous for, unfortunately, as they do see themselves getting a goal here in the 87th minute. Kamara with a ball in, easy header. Again, defending this game has been absolutely shocking. Quite an easy header. Great play from Kamara, no discredit to him, but luckily we do seal it out in a game which would have been very annoying to see us only get a point from, because we dominated everything apart from possession. Perot with a goal, or an assist actually. Basufa with an assist, Nitchin with an assist, and Obafemi getting his hat-trick. And what a player this guy is. A very, very good player, and do you know what? When he's dropping performances like that, no one else is going to be taking home that match ball, are they? What a performance. Watford, again, are one of the few teams that don't rock the 5 at the back, and that is why I do have a little bit of respect for them. They do play that 4-4-2, which, you know, is still a little bit negative, but it's a lot more positive than playing the 5 at the back system. And do you know what? On a different day, this game could have went, and it could have went a different direction. They could have got an equaliser, but luckily we did defend quite well and managed to take home all 3 points. We then, unfortunately, don't manage to win this game or the next game, but it is going to be a 2-2 draw against Middlesbrough in a game where they do actually take the lead as well. It's going to be Archer into Smith, who tucks it into the bottom right corner. Again, questions on the goalkeeper, because it did look quite savable from that angle. From a different angle, possibly might not have looked so savable, but I do think if we had a slightly better goalkeeper, a few of these goals wouldn't have been going in. And this was a game which we actually did end up going, or I thought was going to be 2-0 down there, but we do equalise here with Nitchin, a wonder ball through into Perot, who, you know, do you know what, this guy, we're going to have a little look at his rating after this game, see what he is as a player and see how good he is, because his stats must be incredible, because this guy is whacking in goals all over the shop. And I've already seen from up here what's going to happen. This is, you know, it's class bottling here. It's really not good. Perot again with another goal, and we bottle it in the 88th minute. Krauko with a ball in. Again, what is that defending here? From our right back, just lets the ball go through him. Puts the ball in into Mousset. Cuts it back into Archer. And it's shocking. It really is shocking. Again, when you're letting that in, I'm going to say this now. The chances of us actually getting promoted are so slim, because you can't let goals or situations like that happen. You can't. When you're like a goal up, you can't afford to keep. This has happened 3 times in this episode. We've conceded late equalisers, if not losers, and it is really not good. Again, it's a game which we dominated. We dominated every single stat, but it's all right dominating stats, but when you're letting goals go in like that, it's really not good. But one thing I did want to do is go ahead and look at Perot. And this guy, he is actually a really good striker. Fair play to him. I mean, 15 finishing. He's not the quickest, as I think I have discussed before, but he's reasonably tall, reasonably good off the ball. To be honest, looking at it, good composure. He might not be, if you compare this guy to a Premier League striker, he's obviously not going to be as good, but this guy is genuinely a really good striker. And what's his contract? 2024. So he's still got a year in his contract. So if we do decide he isn't going to be going, you know, if we do decide to stay, this guy will not be going anywhere. He will be staying. What about Obafemi? Again, quite a good player. Very, very quick is where you see him getting behind so often. His finishing, I thought, would be a little bit better than that. He does look quite good when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net, but again, quite a good player. About Garrick, not as good, Garrick, at all. Definitely not as good. Doesn't perform as good in game either, but overall, we haven't actually got a bad team, to be honest with you. So let's get into the next game, which is going to be the last game of the episode, and hopefully we can pick up 3 points. And that is what we've done in what was a 4-0 win against Huddersfield, a game which we should be winning, to be fair, by now. Basufa into Patterson, the ball over the top into Obafemi, and he carries on his goal scoring form. I believe he has scored, what, he's at 6 goals this episode, possibly 7. A lot of goals just in one episode, that is for certain. Here he is again down the right-hand side, puts the ball across into Basufa, and this is what I mean with Obafemi. You don't only get goals, you also get the assists. So this is definitely a player where if I do stay, I need to keep him. Him and Perot are the only players, as well as Grimes actually, in midfield, who I really do want to keep and are irreplaceable, to be honest. The ball down the right-hand side here again, into Obafemi, into Perot. He gets another assist. Perot gets a goal. This guy is playing flawless football again. Our right back into Nitcham, into Grimes, into Patterson. Garrick there gets a little bit of a lucky goal, but we'll take it in what was a very comfortable win against Huddersfield. They did have a few shots, though, to be fair to them, but we dominated the ball, dominated the shots overall. And, you know, when you've got Obafemi and Basufa dropping match ratings like that, they've got no chance at all. Did they play 5? They didn't play 5. 4 at the back, again, very similar to Watford, the same as Watford. But again, the 4-4-2 is one of them tactics which can be really positive. So, like, I uploaded a video which I would recommend checking out. It's going to be the Sir Alex Ferguson 4-4-2, and that system is very attacking, but I believe the Huddersfield one is probably set up to be a little bit more defensive, so that is probably why they do struggle getting as many goals as what this system can get, because it is a lot more attacking. Obviously, sometimes it does discredit us because we do let in the occasional sloppy goal, or this episode we've let in a lot of sloppy goals, but going forward, this is a lot better than playing a basic 4-4-2. That is going to be it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you do like this series, please do leave a like on this video. I'm going to try and take this series into the next Football Manager as well. So do let me know if you guys want to see that. And please do subscribe to the channel as well. And if you never want to miss an upload, never want to miss a live stream, community post, and much more, do turn on notifications. This way you're going to get a little notification pop up when I do any of what I've just said. And that is going to be it for today, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.